I'm Lexi. I'm in the US. And you know how I do that kitchen disaster story time series? Well, let's call this one a YouTube disaster story time. Because I just spent the last 30 minutes tasting all of these things. And I hit the stop button on the camera. I'm 100% positive it was recording. And the footage is just gone. I cannot find it. It has disappeared. So I'm just going to take you through as best I can and show you everything and tell you what everything tasted like. I'm sorry you're not going to get the blind reaction of me trying everything, and honestly, after eating all this, I'm kind of full, so I probably won't even take another bite of most of it. But I will still give you my thoughts. We started with one of the drinks because there's 4 drinks this month. There's never that many new drinks in a month. But the first one I tried was this Pure Leaf Blackberry Tea. And Pure Leaf has some good flavors. Some of my favorites they've gotten rid of. But the blackberry, it tastes kind of similar to the raspberry, that level of sweetness, that level of fruitiness, but it's got a slightly deeper, darker flavor for blackberries. It doesn't have the tartness that I tend to associate with blackberries, but I'm slowly coming to the realization that I'm the only one that prefers my fruit and berry things tart. But I gave that a 7. It's pretty good. I'd probably buy it again. Then we go on to the savory, because that's where we go next, right? The first one I tried was these Lay's Simply Poppables. And there is a ranch flavor as well, but I just got the sea salt because I thought it'd be better to try the basic item. There are 3 colors in here. The red is nominally supposed to be potato, I think the white is supposed to be chickpea, and the green is supposed to be spinach. They taste the same. There is a slight chalkiness to them that I wouldn't expect out of a regular potato product. I'm guessing that comes from the chickpeas. The salt level is also good. So these earned themselves a 6. Not as good as many other chips out there, but not bad at all. The next thing we tried was kind of a wild card, and that is some dill pickle hummus. Did any of you watch the dill pickle snack video? You should. I'll link it below. In that video, I tasted what is probably the worst thing I have ever put in my mouth. So I'm a little skeptical about dill pickle flavored things. I tried this on one of the poppables because, as usual, I am woefully unprepared. And it surprised me greatly. The dill was the forward flavor, and dill and hummus, you can see how that works. And then the vinegar comes in about halfway through, and it's not jarring or overpowering. It's just present, and it's good. I'm actually looking forward to eating more of that hummus. Hummus is not something I buy on a regular basis, and it would not be my go-to flavor of choice, but I gave it a 6, and for what it is, I am pleasantly surprised. Then I decided to go for another drink. That's kind of how I worked this. 2 food items, then a drink. 2 food items, then a drink. It balanced out nicely that way. The next one I tried was this. And I want to make sure I give you the right side of the label. I don't drink a lot of flavored waters, and I really don't drink a lot of the 0-calorie, 0 sugar things. I don't like the artificial sugars. It doesn't matter which one you're using. I can taste the difference in all of them, and I don't like any of them. But that is a raspberry dark chocolate flavored water. So I kind of had to. The first flavor you get is raspberry, as you'd expect or hope or kind of be horrified for it not to be. But there is definitely a dark chocolate undertone to it. And not like you have a piece of chocolate in your mouth and you're taking a drink of water, but it's more like the unctuousness and the essence of chocolate laying underneath the raspberry flavor. It's interesting. It's definitely worth trying just on the interesting factor. Is it something I'm going to buy again? Maybe. So that one gets a 6 too. Then we went on to some other chips. Lay's Sweet and Spicy Honey. And I know hot honey is a thing right now, but I've never really had it. Now these chips, they don't smell super spicy, and they're not that like horrifying orange color that a lot of the Flamin' Hot chips are. On a spice level of like 1 to 10, they're about a 6. They're a little stronger than a medium. But as far as an overall flavor experience, they're weird. My brain can't really figure out what it's trying to do. It almost has like a hot chicken and waffles vibe, but no chicken. I taste sweetness in them, but not honey. So my brain is really not sure. I probably ate 4 or 5 of them just trying to understand them. So those just got a 4 from me. If you're into hot honey, they might be your thing. They're not mine. Then the other chip. These were the best of the lot. The Lay's Crispy Taco, West Coast inspired. The first flavor I got when I tasted this that hit my mouth was cumin, followed by chili powder and cheddar cheese and sour cream. According to the ingredients, they do have tomato powder in them, but I didn't really taste that much. These are good, and I could very much see myself sitting there eating some of these, dipping them in like a sour cream based dip, and I'm not a big chips and dip person. I'd usually much rather just taste the flavor of the chips. But those are good. Those got a 7 from me. Not the most phenomenal chips I've ever had, but a good, solid choice. That was 2 food items, so that brings us to another drink, doesn't it? At this point, I chose the Snapple Elements Sun. Now, in another video a few months ago, I tried a few other Snapple Elements. I was really happy when they started bringing the Snapple Elements back, because they were a thing back in the 2000s. There was a ton of different varieties. And Snapple, my favorite was the Velocity. Can you bring that one back, please? The Velocity was like this cranberry, grapefruity deliciousness. Out of the new elements that they've brought back, my favorite is still the Fire, which is a dragon fruit something. But this one takes second place. This one is starfruit, orange, and nectarine. And it's not overwhelmingly orangey or overwhelmingly nectarine-y. When I tasted it, I was kind of hit with a wave of nostalgia. And that was for, in the 90s, the early 90s, there were these Garfield fruit snacks. And they came in a pack with fruit punch and orange. And it kind of tastes like that. Not 100%, but like if the fruit snack flavor was here, this drink is about here. They've just got a lot of the same nuances to them. It kind of sort of tastes like a combination of fruit punch and orange, or fruit punch and citrus. Because even saying orange, I don't feel like it was super orange forward. But a combination of fruit punch and citrus. I like that one. I probably will buy that one again. I'm giving that one a 7, not remembering what I gave the Fire. If I can find that, I'll put that up here. But pretty much, I'm going to say that the sun is one step below the fire. They're both good. What was next? Yogurt. Yogurt was next. This is a Yoplait protein yogurt, and I chose the strawberry banana because it's a good, solid flavor, dependable flavor. Now, as far as my memory is going, Yoplait doesn't have a Greek yogurt on the market. I could be wrong, I could be misremembering. But I bought this because I was wondering if this is their attempt at adding a Greek-style yogurt to their line. And it's similar. It's thicker like the Greek yogurt, thicker than the normal Yoplait. But it does have a little bit of a chalky taste to it that I would personally associate with added protein. However, I was looking at the ingredients and I didn't see anything about added protein. So I'm not sure why it feels like that to me. This one just gets a 7. It's not bad, but there are definitely yogurts that I would prefer. But if you're looking for a lower sugar, higher protein yogurt option, it's a viable option. Oh, and I wanted to give, for the container, it was 100 calories with 5 grams of carbs, 3 grams of sugar, and 15 grams of protein. Because I know the grams of protein matter to protein people, so I wanted to let you know that. The next thing we tried was these Hostess carrot cake donuts. And I don't know if these are around for spring or if they were a Mother's Day thing. But this is what was really surprising to me about them, the color on the inside. They have a vague scent of cinnamon, but they taste like cinnamon more than they smell. They don't particularly taste like carrot cake to me, but if you told me it was a pumpkin spice donut, I totally would have bought it. They've got these like sort of crunchy bits around the outside that I really like the texture of, but they didn't do a whole lot for the flavor. I'm thinking maybe if it had like a cream cheese glaze, that might have spoken carrot cake a little more. I don't know. That might have still just thrown it into pumpkin territory. But those got... I don't remember what those got. Okay, I'll taste it again. Those got a 7. They're pretty solid. Then we went for the last drink. The last beverage is this pineapple horchata agua fresca. Now, I've had pineapple agua fresca and I've had horchata. And I was extremely skeptical on how they went together. Because horchata is this like rice, and I don't know if it's rice milk or if it's blended. Somebody can tell me down below in the comments if they know. But it's this rice and cinnamon thing. It's kind of rich and milky and cinnamony and delicious. And then pineapple agua fresca would be like a pineapple puree mixed with sugar and then diluted with water to a drinkable consistency. I very much like both, but I think you can kind of see where I'm going with how does cinnamon go with pineapple. Well, the next thing that made me skeptical is when I've had horchata in the past, there's always bits of it that kind of settle to the bottom. There's no bits in this, so I wasn't sure. But it's not bad. It tastes kind of like a light pineapple candy. It's sweet. It doesn't have the tart tang of fresh pineapple, which I kind of miss, but it's like a pineapple candy. I didn't taste horchata in it at all. So then I turned to the ingredients list. And there is no cinnamon in the ingredients. There is no rice in the ingredients. There's modified food starch. Maybe that's made from rice. I'm sure that's what's giving it the milky color. But that is nothing that I would have ever called horchata. If you are from the whole Latin America area and you have a different understanding of what horchata is than I do, let me know down below. I am willing to be wrong. I am willing to be corrected. I have had horchata at one restaurant. So broaden my horizons if there is a different or larger definition of what it is. That being said, I did like this stuff. I probably won't buy another bottle because I prefer my juice, my pineapple juice, to be tart and tangy. Also, it's not thick and cloying like full pineapple juice is. It's got more of a lighter, watery texture. It's easy to drink, especially if you're thirsty. But because I miss that tartness, I would just give it a 5. It's good. It's not my go-to choice. I'd rather have pineapple juice. Then we had 2 things left. That is going to fall. Little Debbie birthday cake cream pies. To join the ranks of the oatmeal cream pie and the peanut butter cream pie and the raisin cream pie, and I feel like there's another one. But you have this pretty basic white cookie-esque thing with some sprinkles, and it's got your white cream filling in it, and it's a vanilla-y, cakey vibe. And that's what it tastes like. It tastes like vanilla and sweet, much like most of their other vanilla snack cakes. It's a little too sweet in my opinion, but I do tend to prefer the ones with the chocolate coating. I just gave that one a 5. It would not be my snack cake of choice, but I'm not going to run and hide from it if someone hands me one. Last thing was these Mother's Day lemon cakes. And there was a third new Little Debbie item out, but it was a similar cake to this, but it was a strawberry flavor. Basically, it was the exact same as their unicorn cakes, only the unicorn ones have like purple sprinkles or frosting on them. And I really don't like the unicorn ones. I love unicorns. I wanted to like the unicorn ones. I did not like the unicorn ones, so I didn't bother to buy them. But I don't think I've ever seen a lemon Little Debbie cake before, so I went ahead and got these. And what you had in the package was these lovely little cakes with kind of a lemon frosting drizzle or a yellow frosting drizzle. When you bite into it, you've got this bright yellow lemon cake. It is a well-balanced cake. It's not tart, it's not super overpowering. Just a nice sweet lemon flavor. I do still find the white coating to be a little sweet for me, but those aren't bad. That one gets a 7 too. Lots of 7s being handed out today. Cake on my fingers. There are worse problems to have. But I do believe that sums up everything that I tasted today. I'm sorry you didn't get to see it the first time through. Maybe that footage will show up someday. I do not have high hopes. But that's all I've got for today. So, take some pity on me. Give the video a thumbs up. And then maybe subscribe, because most of the videos are slightly better put together than this. But that's all I've got for today. So, as always, I'll see you next time. Bye!